Now, Skildoom had a video that he wanted us, a short that he wanted us to do a thingy on. So let's have a look and see.
The kraken is a real animal, just not the one you think it is.
Who's that Pokemon?
You see, when people hear tales of the kraken, they assume that a bunch of sailors in the oldie times got absolutely shit-faced and ran into a giant squid.
Yeah.
And to be fair, that's not a terrible assumption. Giant squid are f***ing kaiju-sized.
Yeah, they really are.
12 metres in length and 900 kilos in weight.
Yeah.
So the assumption that they saw that shit and rightly assumed sea monster isn't too far-fetched.
No, it's
However, there is a rather large hole in that giant squid theory.
Yep.
They don't live anywhere near the surface.
And
they live down.
Way down deep.
Way down. Owning real estate at a depth of 1,000 metres below sea level in the twilight zone.
Yep.
So if these sailors didn't see squid
If
with
they
the wounded
happen
out
to
brother,
see-
how the f*** do you explain the books of corroborating tales of long, tentacle-like appendages sticking out of the sea? Well, the answer is whales. But,
Wait, what?
where is the tentacle on a whale? Well, you see, during breeding season, blue whales reproduce by, conducting a locomotive on female whales. And in order to keep this train running on the tracks, male whales must wait their turn. And while waiting in the lobby, in order to stay prepared, the males tend to, raise their gentleman's sausage out of the water and wave it around in the air. And the special sausage on a blue whale is around 3 metres long and 14 inches thick. So, sailors who
So
thought
the
they were
kraken
seeing
is
a mythical
the
monster
kraken.
from the depths were more than likely just seeing a pot of whales hitting weapon inspect on their schmeat.
My dog is longer, mine is longer.
The kraken
still.
is a real animal, just not the one you think it is.
Who's that Pokemon?
So the kraken appearances in history was a dick measuring contest of blue whales where they're all just going, my dick is longer and mine is longer still. Oh, if they thought that it was a pile of tentacles, then that really must have been a fucking dick measuring contest, because oh my fucking god. Actually, this guy, I like this guy's videos. I legitimately couldn't find, I couldn't remember his name. Yeah, his videos are quite funny. Let's see if he's got a little play. Aussie Arcane and Arcane Drinking Buddy tier list. That is sad. Why couldn't he have a whole pile of videos like that? Yeah. Damn it, it's gonna make me do it the other way. So, the kraken is not a squid, it's a dick. World's oldest creature, when this planet busts. No, spiders can run on water, yep. World's deadliest tree, sea grenades. Should we do the dancing spider? I think we want to do the dancing spider.
Australia has dancing spiders. Allow me to introduce you to the land down under's most fabulous arachnid, the peacock spider. Now, this 8-legged pride flag is not remotely dangerous to humans, got all venom,
Thanks for.
tiny fangs, and as
Thanks,
far as
Fur.
size goes, they're the spider equivalent of a fucking gnome. What makes these little guys interesting is their love lives. You see, not unlike normal peacocks, it's only the males of the species that are running the RGB gamer lights. But why are they built like a Razer laptop? Well, because spiders can't just post up with a dead fly on Tinder and start swiping. No, the boys here have to attract the lady the old-fashioned way. Shake an ass. You see, in order to find a mate, peacock spiders head out to the club and find a lady across the dance floor. They then lock eyes with her, and as the song changes, they raise that coloured dump truck to the sky, start playing Dance Dance f***ing Revolution, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Now, as he dances, the female spider watches very closely, not only paying attention to the movements of the dance, but also the fucking vibrations. And if our protagonist here can nail Osu Valentine's Edition just right, the
While
female
keeping eye
spider
contact.
will slowly approach, lean in for a kiss, and... But, here's the thing. If he f***ed up the dance, he fails the charisma check.
Oh.
And if he f***s the charisma check, he's no longer boyfriend material.
No.
He's a f***ing Happy Meal.
So he's dancing like his life depends on
Australia
it.
just found a new insect.
Who's that Pokemon?
And in a certified
Did you do the
Australia
croc video?
moment,
No,
it is
Minnie, I have not done the croc
unironically
video.
called
What croc video are you
the
referring to?
f***ing Lucifer bee. Because
Wait,
of course,
there's a Lucifer
of course
bee?
we have the Satan bee. The
Yeah,
snakes and the spiders and the f***ing dinosaurs weren't enough. No.
To be fair,
now
I've
I've got to
never
dodge
seen
a
a snake in my
rejected
toilet like
doom
that.
enemy on my walk to work. Discovered in the closest climate to hell on Earth, Western Australia, these bad boys
Especially
were
right
named
now,
after the
Patty.
Lord of Hell for two
Saltwater
reasons.
croc? No,
First
no, I
of
haven't.
which being
You
the
referring to this
giant fucking
video on it?
demon horns bolted to their heads. Now, those horns aren't just there to look scary. They're actually a defensive mechanism to protect the demon bees from bigger predators. However, only the ladies of the species stay strapped, as the horns are only found on females, meaning a more accurate name for these absolute girl bosses is the Koalas bee. But a pair of spirit Halloween horns can't be the only
The way
reason
he
they're
explains
named after
it
the
is much
devil,
better.
right?
Okay.
I mean, there's
I'll
gotta
make
be
sure that we,
fucking
watch
something
his
else. Like, do they spit
thing.
fire? Maybe they've got a pitchfork for a stinger that injects you with fucking acid venom. The answer to that is, no. It's a normal fucking honeybee.
Really?
The actual reason is that lead researcher, Dr. Kit Prendergast, was watching the fucking Netflix show.
Biggest cock I've ever seen.
And this isn't even the first time she's done something like this. She named another species after her pet dog. Fucking
Really?
based. Australia
That
just
is not
found
even a very nice
that
picture.
isn't a tree. It's a fucking bird.
Yeah, that's good.
Introducing the tawny frogmouth, a species of bird found in the land down under, and Australia's very own avian equivalent of a maxed out Skyrim stealth build. Now you may be thinking to yourself, well, it can't be that stealthy. I can see it. Yeah, you can. You can see that one. Did you see the one right fucking next to it? Now, the important question is, why the fuck do these things have predator camo? Well, there's two reasons. First of all being, it's fucking Australia.
Yeah.
You see, these bad boys are primarily nocturnal, staying on the move during the night and dive bombing unaware insects to meet their bulking goals.
Nice.
However, that means that during the day, they sleep. And in a country where at any point you can be bitten, mauled, stung, or fucking drop kicked to death,
Yeah, kangaroos will
laying
drown
down
you
in
if
the
you're
wrong
next to
spot
body
can
water.
turn a short nap into the forever sleep. So, in order to prevent themselves from becoming an item on a snake's KFC order, these tactical chickens evolved a ghillie suit to basically allow them to fucking disappear.
That's bad.
Being practically invisible allows them to unlock their second passive, fucking DoorDash. You see, these guys are so fucking good at cosplaying a stick that not only do predators mistake them for Groot, but so does their prey. And so, whenever they take a nap, they just leave their mouths open a little bit.
Just in case.
And whenever some poor ant just tries to walk his way to work, he instead DoorDashes himself directly into its fucking mouth.
Yep.
That
is genius. Okay, let's see. Where is the crocodile one? Because legitimately, crocodiles, especially saltwater crocodiles, they like hunting people. Like, legitimately, they hunt people. They hunt humans for sport, not just food. Let's see, where's the crocodiles? That bear week, okay. Serial killer bird, bomber prime, prehistoric shark. Kangaroos can run on water. Yep, I knew about that one. This bird hates snakes. The vampire bird. Everyone talks about vampire birds and shit, but they're ignoring the fact that butterflies are blood drinkers. Oh yes, Pikachu. Spiders can remove your limbs. Dolphins are bad. Never touch blue ring octopus, because you'll die. World of Nope. Drop bear, kangaroos are menaces. Oh, fucking cassowaries. I want to eat cassowaries so bad, because then I can be the top of the food chain. And why is it so hard to find the crocodile video? Ooh, strawberry boobs. How do you milk a strawberry? I don't know, but I'll happily suck on a strawberry's titties to see if it will give me strawberry milk. Just saying. Cassowaries, they will end you. That's why I want to eat one. Because then I'm the #1 predator. If I eat all the predators, I win. Tastes like chicken. You had cassowary poop fight? Not everything tastes like
You
chicken.
ever wonder how different Christmas is in Australia? Well, wonder no longer, because I'm here to tell you that, like the rest of the country, it's fucking cursed. First off, our Christmas is in the dead centre of summer, which means that rather than waking up to a lovely white Christmas, we wake up and immediately start melting into a puddle because it's 35 fucking degrees outside and the aircon's broken. With this change in weather comes a change in work uniform for old Santa Claus, trading out the usual red and white for a singlet and a pair of thongs. Because to quote the big man himself, fuck wearing that shit, it's too hot. St. Nick has also bought himself a new whip, trading out the sleigh for a, quote, rusty old ute, and firing Rudolph and all of his fucking blades, replacing them with, I shit you not, kangaroos.
Yep.
You may think I'm bullshitting you, which is fair, but no, I'm not. We even have a song about it.
Dashing through the bush in a rusty Holden ute.
Santa also has had a significant change in diet in the land down under. Here is how Santa gets around the world in one night. First and foremost, there's no way anyone's operating this.
Moreparz croc video. Is it Paz or Parz? P-A-R-Z. Okay. Croc. Okay. Is it crocodiles are basically dinosaurs?
Is that the one, Minnie?
Crocodiles are just dinosaurs that forgot to go extinct.
Yeah.
I am
Crocodiles are
dead
dinosaurs
serious,
that
and I
forgot to
cannot think of a croc species to better make my point than the saltwater crocodile, a species native to the land down under, and shocking absolutely no one, yes, it can and will eat you.
And wants
You see,
to.
keeping
It
on
also
theme with the
wants
whole
to.
forgetting to go extinct thing, the
Well,
salty
the
stat
salties
spread
do.
just feels like something that should have been patched out with the rest of Jurassic Park, starting with their ridiculous size.
Yeah, the salties legitimately
You see,
wanna
salties
eat you.
are the largest
Freshies not
reptile
so much.
on the planet, coming in at a total of 6 meters long with a maximum weight of 1,100 kilos, which makes this murder lizard genuinely longer than my car. The fucked up
Motherfucker.
part is that despite being longer than my ute, they are for some reason absolute masters of stealth. You see, crocs are ambush predators, which is a scientific way of saying they are dirty campers. You see, they've got two raised eyes that sit on the top of their heads, which means they can submerge their Ford Falcon-sized frame basically entirely under the water without sacrificing the ability to spot whatever they are looking to turn into a Happy Meal. And from your perspective as the Happy Meal, they are really difficult to see, which makes it very easy to walk just a little too close and,
If you guys are wondering, they actually do taste a little salty. But they are actually quite nice to eat.
yeah, get bitten in half by that hydraulic press they call a mouth.
That's why I love Nestle Crunch.
That's right, just like any good camper, these scaly arseholes are packing a one-shot in the form of one of the highest bite forces of any animal on the f***ing planet. Having been
And
recorded
they
at
will
putting out
also
a
death row with
maximum
you and
of
rip your limbs off.
3,700 psi of force through
I'll
their
rip
jaw.
your bloody arms off!
To put that into context, your skull will crack at 1,100 psi, so a croc would pop your head like a watermelon. And if you don't immediately get folded by the first bite, those jaws will latch onto you as the croc begins a death roll, spitting its ton of body weight like a washing machine until whatever part of you it has decided to eat snaps off and is added to its protein goals.
Yeah!
But the best thing about the crocodile is their build is so f***ing good. They have genuinely been around with very little evolutionary change for 65 million years.
Well, they didn't
which
have to
means
change.
I grew up watching Steve Irwin wrestle dinosaurs for fun.
Yep.
Rest in peace, you absolute f***ing legend. Crocodiles are just
Fuck no.
dinosaurs that forgot to go extinct. I am dead
People
serious.
enjoy
and I
alligator in the United States as well. Yeah, I tried some alligator jerky when I was in America. It was pretty good, but croc is better. Yeah, apparently the way that you tell the difference between crocs and alligators is alligators have an underbite and crocodiles have an overbite. Because Koji was actually wondering about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I found a pig. What should I do with it, bear?
Ooh, look at that. A little piggy.
Skeleton, this is
So
it.
round, so pink. You could even keep it as a pet. Name it. Feed it carrots. Watch it roll around like a meatball. And when it's happy, when it's really, really
Rest in
happy,
peace,
and it's oinking
legendary.
like it's got no care in the world, slit its belly open. Pull the guts out like noodles. And listen, it still
Legendary.
squeals, even when it's empty. Even when it's just a bag of bones and wishes.
Yeah,
As
I found a pig.
Funny as
Sorry.
that was, Skeldon, that's not Australian.
Got a big body.
Yeah, see, this is a gator.
There you go, good guy.
Oh, wait, that gator looks like it's gonna run away.
I'd like to think the reason. In 2014, a small bakery in Japan decided.
Isn't it funny how people call your angry side your true colors? You can be there for someone for years, support them through everything, show.
I just pull stuff out of random.
But we're trying to be on theme today.
Koalas are really dumb, but they can be eaten in small doses.
though you don't want to have too many of them because they eat poison.
This animal will peel your face off like a banana. Introducing the one creature that strikes fear into the hearts of every Aussie. The infamous, terrifying drop bear. A species of predatory marsupial exclusive to the land down under. This genuine nightmare may seem pretty normal at first, closely resembling the koala bear, and that is by design.
Yeah,
The drop bear is an ambush predator, patrolling the branches of the eucalyptus tree and using their keen sense of smell to detect incoming prey. And once they can smell you approaching, they will position themselves in the leaves of the trees, being basically impossible to spot unless you're actively looking for them. And even if you do see them, you're automatically going to assume it's a koala. And that assumption is probably going to be the last mistake you make, because walking under these things is inviting the most painful death you can f***ing think of.
Yeah, it's worse
Once you've
than a
walked into
crocodile.
range, the drop bear will launch itself from a tree and aim directly for your f***ing head. Small animals will often be clapped on impact as the 20-kilo drop bear launched itself out of the tree so fast that it snaps their spine. And they're the lucky ones, because once they make contact with your head, drop
Why is
bears will
everything being
immediately
so snake?
puncture
I don't
your
know,
scalp
it's
with
this
their
guy.
foreclaws and latch on like a fuzzy little face hugger.
Yeah, that
Once
is how
firmly
it is.
attached to your skull, the drop bear will start to kick out your eyes with its hind claws in an attempt to blind you. And while they are forcing you to cosplay Daredevil, they will be tearing into your face with their fangs like a fucking chainsaw. The attacks are so vicious, most human victims end up being completely scalped and having their faces removed. And even if you manage to pull them off in the initial assault, those claws contain a potent neurotoxin which will paralyze you in under 5 minutes, allowing them to run you down and eat you alive. Australia loses roughly 600 people per year to drop bear attacks. So if you want to survive your trip
drop
down
bears
under,
are no
I
joke.
have a secret to share with you about the drop bear, and that...
Father, are my trot improving? Indeed, Hamilton. Now, if only your brother Ken...
I'm sorry, guys. I'm not allowed to share what the secret is. Let's do this one.
Kangaroos can and will beat you up.
They will.
That's right, just because it's not venomous doesn't mean it can't knock you on your ass, and Australia's most iconic marsupial can do just that. Because they are
Even if it thinks
way
you're-
bigger than you think they are. With our
Why
biggest
not snap
species
its
of
neck
roe
when
coming
you
in at
can?
a ridiculous
Yeah, no. Doesn't
2.8
work.
meters in length. And with the iconic hop, they've got a vertical jump of 3 meters. I mean, honestly, with a stat
nuts.
spread like that, they don't belong in the outback, they belong on a fucking NBA court.
Yeah.
As if that wasn't enough, they're also built like tanks, weighing in at a full 90 kilos of roid-raging rabbit muscle, and being able to move way faster than anything that heavy has any right to.
Don't go near
Peaking the
those
speedo at a
trees.
max of 70k an hour. Meaning if you make them
surviving
angry, a
fox
juiced up
bear, you
rat the
avoid
size of a
those
small
trees.
car is going to run your ass down and beat the f***ing brakes off you. And I'm not kidding when I say they really will rock your shit, because roos are professional kickboxers, with males routinely fighting MMA to win female attention. When they fight, kangaroos
gotta
will
stick
lean
your
back on
thumb
their
up
tails
its
as a
butt,
stabilizer and
then it will
immediately
actually
start
let go and
scratching
drop
and
to the
kicking
ground
the
and drop kick it.
ever-loving shit out of one another. And those kicks have enough force to crack bone. And as if getting drop-kicked by a muscled marsupial wasn't bad enough, they also for some reason have the same bite force as a grizzly bear, because why not? Now,
Because
even
why
with
not?
all of this, there are still animals stupid enough to view a roo as lunch, which brings me to the most terrifying thing that they do. When threatened, kangaroos will hop into a body of water and wait for whatever is chasing them to follow them in.
Yep.
Once the predator enters the water, the kangaroo will wrap its arms around their neck and just straight up drown them. What the f***,
Yep.
man? I share a country with psychopathic tren rats.
Yeah.
Oh!
I did know that
Kangaroos can and will beat you up.
Bite.
That's right, just because it's not venomous.
Do you guys want to hear what with that knowledge about kangaroos, do you just want to know what I did to Koji? When he came to Australia? I took Koji camping on Kangaroo Flats. So where one of the places where there is an abundance of kangaroos. And guess what I cooked him for dinner? I cooked him kangaroo when he could literally smell and hear kangaroos on the other side of the trees. That was right behind our tent. He could hear and smell the kangaroos while I cooked up kangaroo. It was so funny. It was so funny. And even today, if you ask him what's the weirdest thing he saw Furby do while we were in Australia, while he was in Australia, he literally saw my brother Furby sneak up on a pile of kangaroos. And it was just like, he was not prepared. It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it was funny.